Kellen Mond, Armon Watts officially claimed. Ah! All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and Kellen Mond claimed by the Browns. Armon Watts claimed by those rival Bears.
Yeah, 2 Minnesota Vikings find themselves with new teams. I don't think the Vikings probably thought both these guys would be picked up, especially Mond. But before we hop into that too much, remember this video is brought to you by Lift Bridge Brewing Company. Hit them up at their facility. There it is, in Stillwater, or find their beer in your local liquor store in Minnesota, Iowa, the Dakotas, Wisconsin. Who knows? Maybe even to Canada. I don't know how far it goes.
Wow, eh? Yeah, and we'll be sipping on those bad boys tonight on our live Horned Up. Join us tonight, 7 o'clock. Plenty to talk about, but let's just dive right into this. So let's start off with Kellen Mond. Right before it comes out that he was claimed, they were saying that Vikings want to bring him back on the practice squad, which I was actually surprised about. They didn't get the chance, but they wanted to bring him back.
Yeah, I didn't actually think they would, and just because I think this new regime, they see enough of Kellen Mond, they're going to probably draft their guy next year anyway, so I don't know if it really made sense to keep Kellen Mond around and invest more time and effort into him. Again, he did show these flashes, making some great throws in practice and in preseason games, but then he followed it up with just some boneheaded mistakes that
rookie mistakes.
They were rookie mistakes, but you also wonder if it's something he'll ever get over.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, when it comes to Kellen Mond, I could give two craps. I don't care that he's not back on the practice squad. I don't care that they cut him. I mean, in 5 years from now, if he's throwing 35 touchdowns a year, we can look back at this and say how big of a moron I am, but I could give two shits. We're in win now mode, and Kellen Mond ain't part of that.
I'm over it now. I was a Mond supporter early in the preseason. I really did think after that first performance, he locked up our number 2 spot. But just you see the mistakes. But he goes to the Browns now. And, I mean, a good situation for him because, I mean, Deshaun Watson, you can say what you want about Deshaun Watson, but he's locked in as the Cleveland Browns starter here for the next, 6-7 years. So Mond now can develop.
Not the first 11 weeks, though.
Not the first 11 weeks, but he can sit there, develop. They can nurture him along. Kevin Stefanski is going to be whispering in his ear. So it's a good spot for him to land as far as he's going to be the backup. He's going to be groomed. So good for Kellen Mond. But the other thing, too, I think with Kellen Mond, I did want to say before we move on to Armon Watts, we saw a lot of backup quarterbacks play against us in the preseason, and I think I would have took all of them over Kellen Mond.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, this is probably best case for Kellen Mond. I mean, even if he turns out to be a pretty good quarterback or serviceable back, whatever, I mean, this is probably what he needed. He needed a change of scenery. He needed to fire up his ass, whatever it is. So, Kellen Mond, you're welcome. You are welcome. The Vikings did you a justice. Let you move on to Kevin Stefanski. You get to learn under Josh Dobbs. I can't think of anybody better to learn under than Josh freaking Dobbs.
And Kevin Stefanski is beautiful to look at.
And one little note, the fact that they wanted to bring Kellen Mond back right as we're doing this. So Sean Mannion is on the Seahawks practice squad. Sean Mannion dream is dead. Sounds like they wanted Mannion back. Learned that Mannion was going to the Seahawks. Then they were going to Kellen Mond. So Kellen Mond, I don't think, was even their second or first option.
Yeah, so now expect Trace McSorley to come home.
I want Matt Barkley. I want Matt Barkley on this roster. I want him on there today.
You always have.
All right, so Kellen Mond, let's do that. Armon Watts, I don't think anybody's surprised that he was claimed. I'm just pissed off that it's the Bears.
I am too. Armon Watts, still a very good player. He was in line to be a starter. You can argue he was probably better than what the Vikings are replacing him with in Russ Blacklock. But now he goes to the division rival Bears. And I saw your tweet that you just put out there 40 minutes ago. And you're right. Now you got to worry about him blowing up the Vikings and becoming, the next great player that we let go. And is it going to happen? Probably not. But again, this is Minnesota Vikings. We've seen this shit happen, just Daniel Carlson a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, sucks. I wish Armon all the best. I hope he does well. But his tweet last night with his emoji of the brain exploding, like he's gonna be very mad. He's gonna want to rip us a new ass every time he plays us. Every time.
He'll probably say, "Coach, put me over Garrett Bradbury. I will win every single battle."
He will. But I think the stigma with Armon Watts, everyone's so mad. Everyone's like, can't believe we let him go. Said it a million times. I mean, There's a ton of Armon Watts. The reason I think everybody loves Armon Watts is because he was a late round pick that we hit on. He wasn't overly fantastic. It's just like, holy shit, I can't believe we hit on this late round guy, and he's actually pretty good. That's why he tugs on the heartstrings.
You say there's a ton of them out there, but there's not a ton of them on the Vikings roster right now, and I think that's the other issue you got to factor in. You got Jonathan Bullard, who's definitely a lesser player. James Lynch, no doubt a lesser player.
I don't think so.
You look at the grades, with Russ coming over. I mean, Armon Watts has been better than him the last couple of years, so that I think is the issue too. Just you're not having there has some young stud who is ready to take over and be that guy. He's not there right now, so I think it's a downgrade no matter how you look at it. Yeah, they're saving some cap space, but I think that's the other issue you got to factor in.
Yeah, I really don't think we're gonna really miss a beat there. They're gonna have a nice little. They're gonna swap in these guys, and how dare you? It's not Russ, it is Ross.
Was it Ross? I actually like the guy too.
Show him some damn respect.
Russ, both those names rub.
Ross, just like Kellen Mond, needed a change of scenery. If I'm on the Texans, I don't want to try very hard either. I just want to retire. I don't want to play very much. I'm a Houston Texan, but now he's a Minnesota Viking, puts on that purple. He's going to rip shit up.
I hope he does. I hope as the change of scenery does him well, just like it's going to do Kellen Mond well. And Ross, I apologize for calling you Russ. No one wants to be called that by accident.
Never met a Russ I could trust.
Yeah, that's for sure. Sorry for anybody named Russ out there right now. Yeah, I don't know. You hope Blacklock comes in and can be, everything we thought Armon Watts would be. So we'll see what happens there.
Let us know. What do you think? Kellen Mond of the Browns, Armon Watts, the Chicago Bears. And we'll be back live tonight.
Practice squad should be coming out very soon. What time is it?
Time for a practice squad to come out.
Also time to know this. It costs less than $1 worth of electricity to charge your phone all year long.